So, let me ask you something. How many times do you think you could die before it stops mattering? Would the fear of death just fade away if you knew you'd always come back? Well, someone in Hollywood must have had the same existential crisis because now we have Mickey 17, a movie that takes that concept and runs with it like a maniac on a caffeine overdose. This is the latest project from Bong Joon-ho, the guy who gave us Parasite, an actual Oscar-winning masterpiece. And now, he's back with a trippy, existential, sci-fi dark comedy that takes the idea of corporate slavery, human cloning, and Elon Musk's wet dream of colonizing planets, and blends it all into one big, mind-bending movie. And, of course, Robert Pattinson is in the lead. Because apparently, after playing the Batman, he decided that brooding in a bat suit wasn't weird enough, so now he's playing a guy who dies for a living. The movie is set in a dystopian future where humanity has gotten so advanced that we've figured out how to copy-paste human beings. No, seriously, your body and your entire consciousness can be backed up like an iCloud file.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Enter Mickey Barnes, our protagonist. He's what's called an expendable, which is a polite way of saying corporate cannon fodder. His job? Get sent to dangerous alien planets, do insane tasks that will definitely kill him, and then when he inevitably gets vaporized, mauled, exploded, or infected, the company just prints out a new version of him and sends him right back. And this isn't a spoiler. Mickey dies 16 times before the movie even starts. The one we follow is version number 17. Imagine living through 16 deaths and just accepting it like a bad Wi-Fi connection. But here's where it gets even crazier. Mickey starts to wonder, what if I don't want to die anymore? What if the company is hiding something? And most importantly, what if the past versions of me aren't really gone? If this sounds like the kind of mind trip Christopher Nolan would direct, you're not entirely wrong. Mickey 17 plays with existential horror, corporate satire, and dark humor in a way that feels like a mix of Blade Runner, Edge of Tomorrow, but with a sense of weirdness that only Bong Joon-ho could pull off. And let's talk about Robert Pattinson, because the guy absolutely kills it, literally. There's a scene where he plays two different versions of himself in the same frame, and you can instantly tell which is which. Not because of some CGI trick, but because of how insanely good his acting is. The visuals? Absolutely stunning. The cinematography makes you feel like you're trapped in a cold, claustrophobic nightmare. Perfectly fitting for a movie about a guy stuck in an endless cycle of death and rebirth. The creature designs? Terrifyingly realistic. The sci-fi technology? Just believable enough to make you question if some billionaire is already working on this in a secret lab. And of course, there's a ton of satire. The film doesn't even try to hide the fact that the corrupt politician in the movie is a blatant caricature of Donald Trump. Because hey, if you're making a dystopian movie, why not take a jab at modern politics while you're at it? But is Mickey 17 perfect?
Hell no!
The first half sets up something truly great. You feel like you're watching a potential Oscar contender. The world building is fantastic, the tension is high, and the mystery keeps you hooked. And then, the second half happens. At some point, the movie loses momentum. Instead of diving deeper into the horror of identity loss, it gets a little too comfortable cracking jokes. The climax feels rushed. The big finale that should have left us stunned instead feels underwhelming. And the biggest sin? The runtime. This movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and trust me, it doesn't need to be. There are stretches where you really feel the length, especially toward the end. And for a movie about a guy who keeps getting cloned, it ironically feels like it's repeating itself. So, should you watch Mickey 17? Yes, but with realistic expectations. It's not as brilliant as Parasite, but it's still a damn good sci-fi movie. The acting is top tier. The concept is incredible, and for the most part, it's a visually stunning, thought-provoking ride. But if you're expecting a perfect ending or non-stop action, you might walk out feeling a little let down. That said, this is 100% worth watching in theaters, especially in IMAX. The visuals alone are worth the price of admission. Just don't take your family because this movie leans into its R rating with some pretty heavy themes and unsettling moments. And if you missed my last video, Why Captain America: Brave New World Sucked? Click on I button. I had a lot to say about Marvel's latest train wreck. Hit that like button, subscribe for more brutally honest movie reviews, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.